I'm David Attenbragger Thistle Thornback the 17th. Welcome to another edition of Trash Planet, Volume 3, The Wilds of Corvallis. Today we will be observing one of the last remaining individuals of the greater northwest Haulie crane species. Her name is Haulie. I hear her call now, the majestic cry of the Haulie crane. We watch today as she struggles for survival in the dire wastes of our disposable ecosystem, the refuse of what we call progress. Here we see scientists carefully guiding her with they don't have the puppets on their hands, but carefully guiding her, protecting her, ensuring her safety, as well as a gaggle of observing citizen scientists, ready, waiting, that's all of you, waiting in case they need any help. She is hungry, and we observe as she feeds upon the only food that is available for her, the refuse of our civilization. Doomed but for her resilience, she joins the ranks of the other scavenging animals, the raccoons, the rats. Not the healthiest of diets, but adaptation, as they say, is a bitch. The terrible diet seems to have gotten the best of her. Something is perhaps lodged in her guts. It is terrible. Even in her throes of pain, you observe her majesty, unparalleled beauty. She has laid an egg, ladies and gentlemen. Perhaps her throes of pain were not indigestion after all. Perhaps the trash is not so damaging after all, for the egg is made of petroleum byproducts. Her body has managed to take the scrap that she has been consuming and turn it into something beautiful. Perhaps the rubbish is not all bad. Perhaps we are capable of sustaining ourselves by making the most of what we have. In my case, that's lots of money. But for her, it's trash. And she has made life majestic, wonderful. She goes to her nest to lay the rest of her eggs. It is not a sight for the faint of heart, but it is the majesty and joy of life that we are witnessing here. And now she retires to rest, and the scientists guide her to her resting place, the majestic Haulie crane. The eggs themselves, why, the chicks are in mortal danger. They have eggs made of trash. Unfortunately, they're too weak to make themselves, to hatch themselves, so our scientists need to help. And so the citizen scientists observing will take the eggs and force them open with their gentle but strong and supple hands. Hopefully the chicks within will not perish due to the traumatic nature of this process. No promises. Go ahead. Open them up, scientists. Observe the trashlings within. A new wonderful species, born from what we would previously deem garbage. Now, the chicklings must be introduced to their mother. She must be convinced that they are of her kind. Not an easy task, for they do not quite resemble her. This must begin the imprinting process. She looks on at her new generation and is skeptical. She turns aside, not convinced. In order to convince them of her progeny, they must act and sound like the Holleran crane. So our citizen scientists must, yes, holler. Now begins the majestic imprinting ritual. What other rituals are there? I mean, the imprinting ritual. Observe. Go on, citizen scientists. Give us a dance. Give us a spin at 12. Majestic. She looks on, no longer wondering if she has made a mistake in bringing these creatures into this world. Suddenly overcome by her maternal instincts, she retires for a speech. Thanks to the wonders of artificial intelligence, I am capable of translating her squawks for you. Greetings, younglings. Welcome to the wilds of the world. My dear children, facing you are the trials and tribulations, the endless toil of life and death, sparkled here and there by the briefest glimpses of joy, that perhaps the idea that a dream may be accomplished only to be shattered against the cliffs of reality. I bid you most briefest blessings of luck. I believe that translates to, go be trash now, I'm gonna go lay down. Now, Haulie is now free. Having given birth to an entire new generation, she retires to her boudoir to rest and scavenge upon the refuse of our civilization at her pleasure. In the meantime, the chicks, having begun their new life in this wonderful, bright world, will, within the next 4 hours perhaps, find themselves in their natural ecosystem, the shelves of Fred Meyer or Weimart or something, so that they may feast upon their natural food, the trash you find in those places. I'm David Thickle Thornback, Ebenezer the 17th. Thank you for watching Wild Planet, Volume 7, The Wastes of Corvallis. Good evening.